Hello guys, welcome back with me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Dollar holds ground ahead of Fed yuan under pressures. Singapore returns the dollar is from multi-year heights on Friday after a strong rally earlier in the week. Tough expectation that the Federal Reserve would need to hike more to keep inflation in check sent Treasury yields higher and kept to greenback in demand. The towering dollar pushed the offshore yuan past the critical threshold of 7 per dollar overnight for the first time in more than 2 years, with the yuan kept under pressures at 7,000 in the early Asia trade. The onshore unit hovered dangerously close to breakpoint and last close at 6,000 per dollar. Often used as the liquid proxy for the yuan, the Aussie hit a 2-month low of 0.6684 on Friday. The Kiwi likewise fell to 0.59, its level since May 2020. I think it's partly that. I think it's a psychological level, said Ray Atrill, head of FX strategy of National Australia Bank (OTC) NABZY, of the correlation between the antipodean currencies and the yuan's decline. But I also think it was the big fall in oil prices and also other commodities. The size of the oil prices move has obviously impacted all commodity or pro-cyclical currencies. Meanwhile, the euro was up 0.14%, while sterling gained 0.02%. The dollar was down 0.37% against the Japanese yen to 142.96, helped slightly by hopes of a potential currency intervention. Traders now shift their focus to a slew of monetary policy meetings by the Federal Reserve, the Banks of Japan, and the Bank of England next week, with the Fed in center stage. The United States retail data released overnight showed retail sales unexpectedly rebounded in August, while a separate report from the Labor Department showed initial claims for states' unemployment benefits fell 5,000, adding to the case that the economy could tolerate higher interest rates. Treasury yields rose on off the back of the data, and as investors revised their expectation of where rates could go. The 2-year hit a fresh 15-year height of 3,000.879% overnight, and lows stood at 300.864%. Meanwhile, the 10-year yields firm. Fed funds futures now point a 25% change of a 100 basis points hike at next week's meeting. The dollar strength will persist, at least in the near term. The two key factors that are supporting the United States dollar are still in place. So we have got very hawkish market pricing for the FOMC, and also we've got this worsening global growth outlook, said Cole Kong, Senior Associate for International Economics and Currency Strategy at Commonwealth Bank of Australia, or OTC CMWAY. As long as the prospect for the global economy is still weak, the United States dollar can remain strong and perhaps edge a little bit higher. The United States dollar index was down 0.16%, but remained close to its 2-decade peak of 1,100.79. South Korea August jobs rate hits record low. Seoul returns. South Korea employment rate fell to a record low in August, while employed people increased for an 18th straight month. Government data showed on Friday the country's seasonally adjusted employment rate for August fell to 2.5% from 2.9% in July, hitting the low since the data release began in June 2019 and 99, according to the Statistics Korea. The number of employed people increased compared with the same month of a year earlier. I think that's all from me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.